rundown of your mission. This one's perfect for a warm-up. Nice and easy. Don't let yourself get lazy, though. Stick to it and get the job done. Fulton recovery helicopter is complete. Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter. Fulton recovery helicopter is complete. Okay, you're done with that area. Head for the goal. Mission complete. The folks back at Mother Base will be thrilled. Target practice commencing now. Get as many targets as you can before time runs out. Commence target practice. According to Chico, the nuclear materials will be loaded from a train and onto a truck at a rail terminal near the eastern foot of Irazu. If we can't cut him off at that terminal, we'll be in a world of hurt. Hurry, Snake.
Amanda, do you know the way to the rail terminal?
Remember the locomotive by the fork in the road before the village?
Yeah, back in the jungle.
Follow the train tracks from there, and you'll come to the terminal. But there's a plant along the way.
Disguised as a coffee factory?
Yes, it is their drug refining plant. La CIA controls it now. Cutting through there is the shortest way, but it'll be crawling with soldiers. If you want to go around...
No, forget it. If that's the shortest way, that's the way I'll take. Besides, it's one of their bases. It'll be good intel.
Very good. A number of guards at the plant are positioned on high walkways. Be sure to study their movements before you advance.
Or I could just snipe them first.
The plant's layout is another maze, I'm afraid. Stay cool. Make your way out of the plant and you'll arrive at the terminal.
You know a lot about this place.
What are you saying? I've been there before, when the KGB ran it, yes. But it is not as if I enjoyed it.
No, I just meant you know a lot about how the enemy works.
I hope so. Anyway, did you talk to Chico about the terminal?
He said it's where they transfer the cargo onto trucks.
Meaning the facility is of considerable importance to them. Don't get careless.
I won't.
By the way, I've heard of a shortcut that cuts straight to the coffee factory, to the east of the village. But I've never used it myself. Check it out if you're interested.
Thanks for the tip.
The supply staging point is at the eastern foot of Irasu. There's a rail terminal there. They'll probably transfer the nuke from the train onto a truck.
Gotcha. I'll have to catch them while they're moving the cargo.
But you might run into El Basilisco. Keep your eyes peeled, Snake.
An 80-foot-tall walking behemoth. The CIA's new weapon?
Could be. Too bad it's not actually a dinosaur. I think they're testing it up at the base on top of the mountain.
I met a guy in Russia who described it as a Metal Gear linking infantry and artillery.
Metal Gear.
I've got a bad feeling about this. Like maybe it's connected to everything that's happening here somehow.
The nukes? You don't think...
What else could it be? If it is up there, I'll just have to improvise. Either way, I won't know until I get there.
Watch your back, Snake.
As I said before, building railroads in Costa Rica was a dangerous job. A lot of men died, and sometimes they stopped work altogether. This is one of those places. They had to cut through steep terrain, so when they finally made it through, they just built the rail terminal right there, and that is why they named it
El Cadalso. The gallows. Charming. I'm surprised the construction money didn't dry up the way things were going.
Actually, it did, but the bananas helped complete it, so they say.
You mean the energy the workers got from eating bananas? Well, I suppose they do have plenty of vitamins and...
No. I meant the money they got to finish it came from exporting bananas.
Oh.
But one thing is for certain. The owners of the railroads expanded into the banana trade after construction was completed. That was the start of banana cultivation in Costa Rica.
The train terminal is on the other side of the coffee factory. Head for the factory first. To get to the coffee factory, you'll first need to backtrack to the fork in the road. Not enough room, huh? We'll keep it here at the base. There's a coffee factory to the northeast. Beyond that is a train terminal. That's too tall to climb. If only you had some equipment. Subject confirmed onboard helicopter. Fulton recovery helicopter is complete. Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
What was that? What was that? I'm s-
Pass through the coffee factory to reach the train terminal. Fulton recovery helicopter is complete.
What was that? I think I see someone. What is it? Get up! What was that? What was that? I'm seeing things.
Looks like we're just in time. Neutralize all enemies and secure the train.
Hey! 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 You hear that? Gotcha!
Check out the cargo.
Nukes.
a rundown of your mission. This one's perfect for a warm-up. Nice and easy. Don't let yourself get lazy, though. Stick to it and get the job done. Neutralize all the soldiers without killing them, and then use the Fulton recovery system.
What was that?
Complete. Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter. Fulton recovery helicopter is complete. Mission complete. The folks That's an enemy tank unit. Either neutralize the soldiers or destroy the tank. Get them! You don't have any supply markers. Are you gonna have enough ammo? Maybe you should pull back and reorganize things first. Fire! Armed and ready! Go! Take me! Go!
Move in!
Go! Fire! Go!
Move in!
Fire!
What happened, Snake? Snake!
You don't have any supply markers. Are you gonna have enough ammo? Maybe you should pull back and reorganize things first.
Roger! Go around! Go around! Next! Move in! Marcus! Snake!
You don't have any supply markers. Are you gonna have enough ammo? Maybe you should pull back and reorganize things first.
What's wrong, boss? Respond! Boss!
You don't have any supply markers. Are you gonna have enough ammo? Maybe you should pull back and reorganize things first. Armed and ready! Take base!
Next!
Snake. That's an enemy. Neutralize that tank unit. You can do it. They're trying to find you. Make sure they don't.
Enemies close by! Enemy sighted! Engaging now! The enemy's attack! Next!
Armed and ready! Take base!
Move in! Next!
Tactic. You'll just have to attack the thing directly. Armed and ready! find you. Make sure they don't. Attack now while you've got a chance.
Next. Next.
Back at it, boys! Damn it! Looks like they've got a backup fuel tank. Their fuel tank's gone. That should stop them for a while.
Move in! Go around!
Back at it, boys! How much for that tactic? You'll just have to attack the thing directly.
Go around!
Neutralize that tank unit. You can do it. They haven't seen you yet. Perfect. Now's your chance. Armed and ready!
Go around! Go around!
Their fuel tank's gone. That should stop them for a while.
Go around!
Damn it! Looks like they've got a backup fuel tank. Alright, you hit the fuel tank. They won't be going anywhere for a while.
Go around!
Back at it, boys! So much for that tactic. You'll just have to attack the thing directly.
Move in!
Snake, that's...
An enemy tank. Is there somewhere you can hide, boss?
There are train cars, but they won't hold up against a gun like that.
Even a freight train? Incredible.
But they keep me out of sight. Temporarily.
Use them to look for an opportunity to hit its treads or the fuel tank at the back. But
Don't forget about that gun, huh?
or the soldiers. They may try to flank you.
Right.
You can also stop it by taking out all the soldiers. You can do it, Snake.
The supply staging point is at the eastern foot of Irasu. There's a rail terminal there. They'll probably transfer the nuke from the train onto a truck.
Gotcha. I'll have to catch them while they're moving the cargo.
But you might run into...
Don't worry about the tank. Just focus on the troops. Surround them! Main cannon ready to fire! Take base!
Next! Take this! Move it! Move it!
about the tank. Just focus on the troops. Aim for the red fuel tank. They haven't seen you yet. Perfect. Now's your chance. They're trying to find you. Make sure they don't. One gas-guzzling piece of armor after another. Haven't these guys heard of the oil crisis?
When it readies that main gun, you'll just have to run.
Our future is in your hands.
Use that train as cover.
Anti-tank mines are effective against tanks. Do you have enough ammo and items? Send us a support request. Shoot that exposed fuel tank. The red one. Strike before they spot you. One gas-guzzling piece of armor after another. Haven't these guys heard of the oil crisis?
What was that? What is it? Enemies close by! Move in! Roger! Go, go! Go, go, go! Go! Go, go, go! Go! Go, go, go! Move in! Next!
Main cannon ready to fire! Making base and punch! Take bang! Defend the position! Fire!
Next!
Fire!
Go around! Next! Next!
Fire! Fire! Surround them!
Go! Go! Go around!
Main cannon ready to fire! Making base and punch! Take bang! Fire! attempt to attack the thing directly. Snake. Neutralize the enemy troops. Strike before they spot you. Check it out! you've got a chance. Back at it, boys! So much for that tactic. You'll just have to attack the thing directly. Their leader. Recover him and it's mission complete. Snake, the truck is headed up the mountain road past the tunnel.
So it was nukes after all.
What now? Their main base is up ahead.
I better hurry after them then.
But,
Kaz, if I don't get moving, it'll be too late.
alright, I guess you never did let dangerous assignments or risk aversion get in your way.
How do I get inside the mountain? I can forget about the tunnel.
Yeah, the tank took care of that.
Any other routes?
Why don't I let a local expert take over?
Snake, you need a way into the mountain?
Yeah, got one.
Let's see. Do you remember that precinct I was in?
In the village, right?
Right. Go back to the village and head north. There is a bridge that connects to the mountain road. It crosses over a gorge. That's probably the best way. But there is a little problem. The path heading north from the village is barricaded. You might have to break through.
Got it.
The heart of Irasu. That's where the enemy's base has got to be, Snake. And maybe...
Let me guess. The Basilisco.
You don't believe me, do you?
No, I mean, we'll have to see.
Snake, Irazu features a number of crater lakes. The Odeberg government had planned to use those lakes to construct hydroelectric plants as one of its big state development projects. The project was scrapped, but there's still a small opening at the bottom of the lake.
Meaning?
I checked the satellite imagery, but didn't see anything man-made, which means they probably built a base inside the mountain. Could just be a storage igloo for explosives, or maybe some kind of research facility.
What do they hope to accomplish by bringing the nukes there?
First things first, get past that barricade north of the village. Looks like the only way through is the noisy way. You'll have to blow it up. I've got just the explosive to bust through that barricade. C4. We finished developing C4 charges. Take some with you.
Those giant footprints near the terminal. What do you think they were, Kaz?
It beats me. They're way too big, even for an elephant. Made me think of that basilisco Chico was talking about.
Hope it's not for real.
Same here. If they really do have that kind of weapon, we could be dealing with a basilisk in more than just looks.
What do you mean?
There's a medieval encyclopedia that describes the basilisk like this. The basilisk is the king of snakes. All snakes fear the basilisk and flee at its sight, lest they be slain by its foul breath.
A snake to take out a snake, huh?
I don't mean to scare you or anything, but it never hurts to be careful.
Will do.
When the enemy spots you and goes on alert, they may call in a backup strike team. These assault teams are heavily armed, well-trained, and highly dangerous. Amanda's crew calls them commandos. Unlike the patrolmen, these guys will actively, relentlessly track and hunt you down like hounds.
Hounds to hunt a former foxhound. Bring it on.
They won't give up easily even if they lose sight of you. They'll clear out any likely hiding places they come across. So don't get too comfy in one spot, or you might get caught again. Keep your eyes fixed on them and what they're doing. Also, be aware that commando gear includes body armor, so don't think you can deal with them by going in guns blazing.
All I've got to do is find an exposed weak point, and...
Exactly. There's one type of commando you really need to watch out for, and that's the kind toting shotguns. They can take a few hits and still keep charging you. And believe me, you don't want them closing in between those shotgun blasts. When they start charging, you need to stop them immediately. Use something with serious stopping power.
Amanda, do I have to take the fork in the road back to the village?
People say there is a shortcut. Go back to the coffee factory entrance, then follow the path on the right. That will take you straight to the village. They may have increased security in that area, though.
Not surprising after what happened with the tank. What do I do once I'm back at the village?
Destroy the barricade at the north side. From there, you can reconnect with the transport route.
I'll need C4 for that. The explosion will bring everyone running, too. There's probably going to be a fight, one way or the other.
They might not see you if you stick to the narrower pathways. Then just climb over any obstacles. Don't let your guard down after taking out the barricade either.
Go back to the prison camp. It's in the village where they were holding Chico.
Enemies close by!
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete. Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
What was that?
Freeze. Freeze.
Head west from there, and it'll take you straight to the prison camp. If you cut across the prison camp, you'll find a gate leading north.
Is somebody there?
Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
Freeze.
To plant a C4 charge, hold down the aim button and press the attack button. The barricade is located somewhere in that vicinity. Good work, Snake.
You hear that bang? We're being shot at. Going to a
That blast... Snake, you there?
Yeah, what's up?
You've got to talk to Amanda.
What happened?
She wants to leave sickbay and get back on the battlefield, but she's not fully healed. She's still in crutches. Who'd be crazy enough to try and fight like that? You have to talk some sense into her.
Is she with you right now?
No, she's in sickbay. She keeps shouting about how she doesn't want to be there. She won't shut up about it. She's driving me...
Let her go.
What?
If that's what she wants, let her go.
I'm really not in the mood for jokes, Snake.
I'm serious. Let her go.
Why? So she can come back in a body bag?
I'm really not in the mood for jokes, Kaz.
What are you talking about?
Amanda isn't the type to just sit around in sickbay. She has a sense of duty. Her purpose in life is to fight. The battlefield isn't just the best thing for her, it's the best thing for her compas too. She'll be a huge morale boost that can only benefit MSF.
You think so?
You're good at fighting, Kaz. One of the best. But you've got a lot to learn when it comes to people.
So, where should I put her?
I'll think it over and find a team for her. Don't worry. She won't let us down.
Whatever you say, boss. get this mission started. Complete the mission and proceed to the Fulton recovery point so we can get you back alive and well. Good luck out there.
As you're probably aware, this is a Fulton recovery mission. Be careful you don't shoot and kill any prisoners by accident, and don't forget to take the recovery kit with you. I'd suggest arming yourself with a tranquilizer gun just to be safe, so you don't kill any prisoners.
Aldea de los Despiertos means
Your current objective is to retrieve the researchers.
You hear that? Gunshots!
Your current objective is to retrieve the researchers.
Hey!
Okay, you're done with that area. Head for the goal. Fulton recovery helicopter is complete. Mission complete. The folks back at Mother Base will be thrilled. You're north of the village. The truck carrying the nukes is heading towards the heart of the mountain. That's its final destination. We've got no intel on what lies beyond, so stay sharp.
There is an old fort around there.
What is it, boss? You sound upset.
Well, you see, it was built during the Civil War.
Let me guess. Disputes between Costa Rica's political parties escalated into all-out conflict.
See, conflict that cost my grandparents their lives. The most senseless sort of war. Countrymen mindlessly slaughtering their own. That fort is a reminder of that senselessness.
Sadly ironic, given who's occupying it now.
That war was the reason Costa Rica abolished the army. Please, Snake, get them out of our country.
I intend to. Chico says there's a bridge north of the village.
Yes, a narrow one, for crossing the pipe. On the other side of that is the road the trucks use, though it's collapsed in places.
I'll have nowhere to run if they spot me.
They could be blocking the road, too.
Is there another way?
There is a path along the cliff. After you cross the bridge, there are ruins of a fort on the mountain. Going through there would be a little easier. Once you come to the end of the mountain path, you'll be at the fort. That fort was built during the Civil War. It seems La Cia's troops are occupying it now.
This just gets better and better.
They've got gun turrets set up all around from the looks of it. Attract too much attention, and you'll really stir up the hornet's nest.
Maybe I'll try and find a way around.
You could always commandeer one of the turrets. A little target practice, perhaps?
Just like in Krasnogorye.
Krasno what?
Sorry, just thinking about old times.
Irasu has more than one crater, because it's erupted so many times. I heard most of them filled up with rainwater and became lakes.
Calderas, huh?
Calderas! Yeah, something like that. Hey, I got an idea. When you get to the lake, can you keep an eye out for weird animals for me? People all over the world tell stories about giant monsters living in lakes. Nessie in Loch Ness, Nahuelito in Argentina, Ogopogo in Canada. I can hardly keep track of them all. They say that all these sightings prove dinosaurs do still exist.
But crater lakes are isolated. They're not connected to rivers.
Yeah, but you know Mokele Mumbembe in the Congo River? He can walk on land. So maybe they moved there from some other lake.
You sure know a lot about UMAs.
There used to be a guy in El Frente who was a hunter. He taught me lots of things. He even said he once went to a place called Isla del Monstruo.
A hunter on Isla del Monstruo.
Someday, I'm gonna be a hunter and catch some rare animals. Right after we restore peace to our land, of course.
What about the Ogopogo? And what kind of name is that anyway?
Ogopogo's a monster that lives in Okanagan Lake, in Canada. I guess it's an Indian name, because it's a legend passed down by the Indians.
A legend, huh? Well, then it's probably not.
There's written records of it, too. The first one was in 1872, and there's been more sightings since the start of the 20th century. You starting to get into UMAs too, Snake?
Yeah, maybe.
UMA hunting. Now that's a real man's adventure. What do you say, Snake? After Nicaragua's at peace again, you want to go exploring together?
Well, we'll see. Might not be such a bad life.
Cross the bridge and head north.
Enemies close by! Enemy sighted. Requesting backup.
Understood. Dispatching reinforcements now. Cross the bridge and head north. You could probably climb that if you had someone to lend you a hand. Fulton recovery helicopter is complete. That's a truck route you're on. Their base is up ahead. Move out.
Someone...
Freeze!
All right. Fulton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
Freeze!
Fulton recovery helicopter is complete. have to get through that fort. Their base is beyond it.
Freeze.
Wait. An intruder? Can't be imagining things. Wait. Can't be imagining things. Wait. Can't be imagining things. Wait! Somebody there? An intruder? Can't be imagining things. Huh. Huh. The enemy's here! HQ, come in!
This is HQ.
This is patrol. Target lost. Going toward steps.
Understood. Bolton recovery subject confirmed onboard helicopter.
HQ, come in!
This is HQ.
This is patrol. All clear.
Understood. Return to base.
Kaz, I'm inside the facility. There's rows and rows of trucks here.
If that's where they brought the nukes, then the truck we're after should be there. Snake, Can you tell which one of the trucks brought the nukes? One of them must have the same license plate as the one from the terminal.
This is the one. The exhaust's still warm. But the cargo's already been offloaded.
Just a minute. This isn't what we agreed on.
It's too late. The changes have already been finalized.
You told me it was going to be a deterrent, that we wouldn't have to launch.
I am not arguing with you, Doctor. Our goal is to create the perfect deterrent.
That's why I agreed to help develop it.
However, in order to achieve that perfect deterrent, we must show the world our strength. 3 key principles ensure effective nuclear deterrence. First, you must have nuclear weapons. Second, you must never use them first. And third, and most important, if someone attacks you, you must strike back. Unless we prove beyond a doubt that these 3 principles work in practice, the world will not accept our new deterrent. And the only way to do that is to show them we're capable of actually launching a nuke.
But isn't deterrent supposed to stop nukes from being used?
Exactly. And so the one we launch will be the last one ever.
I won't let you use my creation like that.
Your creation? That thing wasn't even your idea to begin with. You stole it, didn't you?
Stole it? You're one to talk. You got the idea for bipedal locomotion from the communists in the first place.
You listen to me, Doc. Keep quiet. Do as I say. Not another word about stolen ideas. Should we succeed here, you'll be the toast of the scientific community. And your name will go down in history as champion of both progress and national security.
The hell with that!
Doctor! Unless we prove we're capable of launching, Peace Walker is useless as a deterrent. You used me! We used each other. I'll get my old director's job back at headquarters, and you'll finally be able to walk tall among your colleagues.
I won't let you get away with this!
How unfortunate. Guess I'll just have to take your legs for myself. Peace won't just come to us, Doc. We are going to have to meet it halfway. V for victory.
Wait!
Hey, you okay?
Don't do it!
Snap out of it. Where are the nukes?
He's gonna do it! He's gonna launch a nuke!
Careful, Snake. I've never seen anything like that, and I've got no idea how to bring it down. Maybe the scientist knows. However you do it, take that thing out.
Paz, what was the government thinking building a power plant at the top of a mountain? With no river to replenish the water, the lake would dry up pretty quick.
If it were an ordinary power plant, but the plan called for a pumped storage power plant.
Pumped storage power plant? Kaz mentioned that too. What is that?
It is a facility that generates electricity by pumping water up to the lake, then letting it run back down.
Huh. Seems Sisyphean to me.
If they turned the water into electricity as soon as they had pumped it up, sure. But a pumped storage plant acts as a kind of battery.
A battery?
For instance, they could pump at night when there is surplus electricity and store it for later use. If they need extra power during the day, they can generate it using water pumped up during the night.
I get it. It's a little more difficult to adjust output with thermal or nuclear plants.
The thing is, Costa Rica won't have enough electricity to meet its needs. Right now, there is no surplus.
Maybe that's what put the brakes on the project. Must have played right into the CIA's hands.
Watch out! It's El Galapago. It reduces its body weight by blasting air underneath it. That makes it a lot faster than any tank. It also has a tight turning radius.
Any weak points?
Taking out its boosters could reduce its acceleration. You could also try destroying its machine guns.
I'll give it a shot.
We've lost many compas to that thing. Send it to the scrapyard.
The pupa! It's fast, so be careful! Line flaps to avoid getting hit when it charges!
Firing boosters.
There will be some warning signs when it's coming out!
Commencing jump. Engine shock units.
Snake? What's going on? We still gotta look for Joy Maze together! Snake!
That's an AI weapon. The Pupa. It's fast, so be careful.
Engaging shock units.
Lie flat to avoid getting hit when it charges.
Boosters. Engaging shock units. Firing boosters. Engaging shock units.
If you destroy the boosters on the left and right, you can stop it from charging at you.
Firing boosters.
High voltage incoming.
Target blocked.
Are you alright? Snake? Snake!
That's an AI weapon. The Pupa. It's fast, so be careful.
Engaging shock units.
Lie flat to avoid getting hit when it charges.
Firing boosters. Engaging shock units. Engaging shock units.
Take those lightning rods out. They direct its electroshock attack.
never seen any...
That's an AI weapon, the Pupa. It's fast, so be careful. Ride flat to avoid getting hit when it charges.
Engaging track limits. Engaging track limits.
Take those lightning rods out. They direct its electroshock attack.
Engaging track limits.
There will be some warning signs when it's coming out.
Engaging track limits.
Black memory boards are locked. Go after the boards with icons over them. You can unlock memory boards by destroying the mechanical components that they control. Any boards you remove can be used to build our own AI weapon. Memory boards have different functions according to the icons displayed over them. Go ahead and take whichever ones you want.
That was an unmanned weapon. A prototype. I made it myself.
Who are you?
I work here. Well, used to, anyway. Name's Huey. And who might you be? You don't look like one of those mercenaries.
Me. I'm an entomologist.
A fighting entomologist?
Yeah, I specialize in butterflies. I'm here to catch Ulysses.
Ulysses? Huh. I didn't think they lived in Costa Rica. Morphos, maybe?
That's it. Need to get some before the Washington Treaty goes into effect.
Says here Morphos aren't covered under the treaty.
Must have slipped my mind.
You sure you're feeling all right?
Anyway, long story short, the butterfly got away. So how about it, Doc? Did you make that big butterfly too?
Yes. And no.
What was that thing? What are they doing here?
Huh. Something tells me you're no ordinary entomologist. The nukes were loaded on that machine. The project's entering its final phase.
Project?
That's right. The thermonuclear warheads they brought in, the bases scattered throughout Costa Rica, the mercenaries, the AI weapons, the research we were conducting here. It's all for this. We used this facility to develop unmanned weapons.
Unmanned?
Robots. The one you just fought was a pupa. There's also a flying type called Chrysalis and a treaded type, the Cocoon. Motor control, target detection, tracking, attack, capture, and transport functions are all controlled by an electronic brain. There's no need for a human pilot. They can only follow simple commands, though.
Why build them here?
For the CIA. They invited me here a year ago.
That's who that guy was.
The CIA's station chief for Central America. Goes by the name of Hot Coldman. Apparently he was some sort of hero back at the height of the Cold War. He's the one running the show. We called it the Peace Walker Project.
Peace Walker?
They're going to deploy a new type of nuclear weapon along the Caribbean coast of Latin America. A mobile, unmanned nuclear platform.
Unmanned nuclear platform?
A fail-deadly system that can automatically move into position and launch a retaliatory nuclear strike. It can move on its own, and stealth shields it from radar and satellite detection, drastically reducing the risk of it being destroyed in a preemptive strike.
And this is the new deterrent?
Supposed to be. The problem is the locomotion system. There's no dry season in the Caribbean. It rains all year round. The terrain is full of tropical rainforest. A lot of the time you can't even build a proper road. So I went back to where it all started.
What's that?
legs, walking power. A mobile launcher carrying a thermonuclear warhead even more powerful than the Soviet RDS-220s. That's Peace Walker.
Chico's Basilisco.
We did the assembly and field testing here.
A walking nuke.
I sort of borrowed the original idea from behind the Iron Curtain.
The missing link between infantry and artillery. Metal Gear.
Metal Gear. But they'd actually need to deploy dozens of them. Coldman needs funding for that. And to get it, he's planning a test, which will also serve as a demonstration for the folks back at Langley.
Wait, he's launching a nuke to prove that his perfect deterrent works?
In his words, to prove that if someone attacks us, we will strike back. Put simply, nuclear deterrence is the idea of using nukes to keep nukes in check. If one side launches nuclear weapons, the other is sure to launch theirs in retaliation, which makes launching an act of suicide. In the end, neither side can use its nukes. It's thanks to this doctrine that the world's two superpowers have avoided all-out confrontation. Nuclear deterrence has brought us peace. At the very least, it's prevented another world war from breaking out. But the theory of nuclear deterrence exists only on paper. In reality, there's no guarantee that either side would follow through with retaliation. There's the chance that a preemptive strike could destroy all the missile bases, render them unable to retaliate. But the biggest flaw in the theory is that the decision to retaliate has to be made by human beings. Let me give you a real-world example. Let's say Country X launches first against Country Y. If the people in charge of Country Y are like you and me, they're not going to be able to retaliate, knowing that they're effectively ending all human life.
So then the weak link in nuclear deterrence theory is the uncertainty of retaliation.
Bingo. And that creates a loophole Country X can exploit to launch the first strike. Which is why we designed the system to be unmanned. With Peace Walker, retaliation is certain. It chooses the appropriate target and launches a retaliatory nuclear strike every time, without needing human input to make the call. Launching a nuclear strike against Peace Walker is tantamount to pushing the launch button against yourself. It closes the loophole in nuclear deterrence theory, rendering our friends in Country X completely unable to launch. What Coldman is saying is that to achieve this goal, we need to demonstrate that retaliation will be carried out by a machine. He will launch his nuke. And then his version of deterrence will be complete.
And you believe him?
I believe in peace through nuclear deterrence.
Why?
My father worked on the Manhattan Project. He put his whole life into that research. And all it created was this illusion of peace called deterrence. And then I was born, unable to walk. I had no choice but to face up to the nukes. But if they do end up launching, it'll all have been for nothing. They've got to be stopped.
Where'd they take the warheads?
To a base near the border. The final test is 5 days from now.
Where's the base?
You're gonna stop them? It's kind of a hike. And besides, there's a surefire way to halt the project. You see, Peace Walker isn't quite finished yet.
What do you mean?
It's missing one last critical structural component. The AI. Its brain. The reptile pod, the electronic brain I was working on, can only follow commands like, go there, attack that. I guess you could compare it to the human cerebellum. But for nuclear deterrence to work, it must function in place of a human decision maker. It needs something to analyze the huge volumes of data coming in and select an appropriate target for retaliation. Hence, it needs the high-level decision-making ability of a cerebrum.
The mechanical cerebrum.
The hardware configuration is modeled on the human brain, similar to the pod I worked on, but its role is completely different.
Where's it being made?
A research lab to the north. An AI expert named Dr. Strangelove is developing it. Very hush-hush.
Dr. Strangelove.
Strangelove was recruited from the States, too. In the field of AI, there's no one better, that's for sure. But man, what a basket case. She hates everybody. Go to the lab and destroy Peace Walker's cerebrum. I'm pretty sure they haven't finished the final calibrations yet. I'll lend you my ID card. It'll get you through security at the lab. Oh, and one more thing.
What's this? A letter of recommendation?
Yeah, it's from me to Dr. Strangelove. Don't read it, okay?
So what will you do now?
I'm done with science. At this rate, I'm probably already halfway to hell anyway.
Not so fast. Why not join us? Our place is outer heaven. You'd fit right in.
Outer heaven?
Yeah.
I'm probably better suited to something like that than this paradise.
Good. You get a free balloon trip for signing up. Enjoy it. You'll feel like a butterfly.
You're an agent, right? Who do you work for?
Me. I was a Cold War tool, same as you. Now I'm not so useful anymore, so they cut me loose. I don't answer to anyone. Call me Snake.
Snake? That name seems familiar somehow.
It's probably just deja vu.
See that there? Beyond the cloud forest? See those ruins?
Yeah.
That's where you'll find Dr. Strangelove's lab.
Snake, the doctor's safe here with us.
Huey, how are you feeling?
Never better. This is quite the pad you've got here, boss. I'm impressed.
Call me Snake.
Whatever you say. Like it or not, everyone here calls you boss. By the way, if you're at all interested in improving your tech, by all means assign me to the R&D section. I'm pretty sure I'll be of some use. Once we have the necessary materials and blueprints, we can start work on that bipedal mech.
I appreciate that, but are you sure you're okay with having your work used for war?
I'll be using it to keep past mistakes in check. If I can help thwart the Peace Walker project, I'm happy to do it.
Deterrence theory, Huey style, huh?
Anyway, if you need any intel on the enemy's weapons or electronic brains, contact me. I've been given my own frequency.
Sounds good to me, Doc. I'll do that.
Good. Whatever the means, you must put a stop to their plans.
Hey boss, you mind if we powwow for a sec?
What now? MSF brand rations?
Actually, that sounds... No. With all the men we have now, it may be time we started sending some of them to other countries.
You mean dispatching mercs?
How else are we gonna keep feeding the crew we have?
I know. You're right.
Okay, to deploy troops, select Outer Ops from the Mother Base menu. If it goes really well, we might even get new recruits, weapon design specs, or leads on new missions. We can deploy any vehicles or large-scale weapons in our arsenal as well.
And if things don't go really well?
Yeah, we could lose men. I won't try and force you. You're the one calling the shots here, boss.